Hi, my name is David Lee and I am an impact investor with LGT VP. Thank you for the opportunity to present to you today on the topic of financial management. More specifically, I will be helping you focus on how to access more capital, where you can get more money from, and from the eyes of an impact investor, what we look for in a social enterprise. You'll soon notice that financial management is more than just about money and numbers. I hope that by the end of this presentation, you will have a better understanding of who we are and more importantly, a better understanding of who you are. Let's look at today's agenda. Firstly, I'll give you a brief introduction of LGT Venture Philanthropy and who I am. Then we'll take a look at your needs. Then we'll look at various sources of capital. What is an impact investor? What do we and other good investors look for social enterprise investments? It's important for us to understand and for you to understand what the social is and what the enterprise is in your social enterprise. And finally, we'll take a brief look at what we expect to see, or at least what we expect for you to understand in your financials. Before we look into sources of capital and impact investing, there are 4 key things that you need to understand before you go sourcing more capital. Firstly, do you actually need more capital? Secondly, how much do you need and why do you need it? Thirdly, by adding more capital, how does it impact or increase the impact of your social enterprise? And fourth, and last but not least, how does it increase the value of your business? LGT Venture Philanthropy is an impact investor based in Zurich and owned by the princely family of Liechtenstein. We invest globally in Latin America, North America, Africa, Southeast Asia and South Asia. This year is the first time we're investing in Vietnam, and we're here to find people like you, social enterprises to invest in. Me, I'm David Lê Khánh, and I am a Vietnamese-born Australian based in Hanoi, and we'll be living here till the end of the year. Prior to joining LGT VP, I was with the Boston Consulting Group for 6 years, working on strategy projects for banks and insurance companies. Before we look at what is an impact investor, let's look at 8 key sources of capital for social enterprises. Firstly, there's your pocket, or your family. This often comes with the least restrictions, and it allows investors like us to have faith in you, that you have confidence in your business and you're willing to put your capital into the business. Secondly, there are incubators like CSIP in Vietnam and Change Fusion in Thailand, who provide small grants to help social enterprises get started. And in this category there's also global competitions like the Sound Cup, which is out of India. And Marine Gifts, a social enterprise in Vietnam, was a finalist with them this year. The third category of potential sources of funding is NGOs and charities. These are like the British Council, the GIZ, or the Charity Bank. These organisations also provide funding for social enterprises and sometimes provide funding for the incubators such as CSIP. The fourth source of capital is the government, but in English there's this term which goes, when pigs fly. The fifth source of capital for social enterprises is via microfinance or crowdfunding. Microfinance provides support to low-income families with a small amount or small loan amounts to get them started with whatever endeavours they have. Crowdfunding is a more innovative solution of capital. It allows donors from around the world to contribute small amounts of money to help a social enterprise or an entrepreneur get started. These organisations include Microplace, CauseVox, Kickstart, and they're largely online based. The sixth source of capital for social enterprises is via banks and corporations. These organisations often have business plan competitions where they invite social entrepreneurs and social enterprises to present their business plan and to also provide them with a source of funding. The seventh is angel investors. Angel investors are often those who previously had their own enterprise or were previous entrepreneurs and quite successful at what they've done, and now with their excess capital they're looking at reinvesting that money into social enterprises like themselves. Last but not leastly is the foundations and impact investors like LGT. Aside from providing funding, we also look at providing capacity via various programs such as our ICATS program. Impact investing is any profit-seeking investment that intentionally generates measurable benefits for society. In the world of investments, you have venture capital firms which are more interested in financial return, or the enterprise part. Then on the social side, you have charity and foundations. They're more interested in the social aspect of your business. An impact investor or venture philanthropist like LGT, we're interested in you as a social enterprise. So we're looking at someone who delivers social impact in addition to delivering financial returns. What's the reason for that? The reason for that is if you're able to achieve ongoing financial return, that means that your business is sustainable. And that means the impact that you create for society or for the people that you benefit, that benefit or that impact is also sustainable and ongoing. If you take a look at the words, the keywords social enterprise and impact investor, there's quite a lot of connection or synergy there. Social enterprise, social meaning impact, enterprise meaning investor. What that means is, as an impact investor, we're interested in your social part of the business, and we're also interested in the enterprise part of your business. So when you're looking at accessing capital from people or from impact investors like LGT, these are some of the things which you need to have clear in your mind before you speak to us. Now let's take a look at what we mean by know your social in social enterprise. When we look at knowing your social, what we mean by that is, what does your business do to help the people in need? Is the business providing employment for the disadvantaged, or do your products at the end of the day help consumers who are disadvantaged? If your business is an environmental or health solution, is it effective? Is it best in class? Is it something which is replicable and scalable? You need to think about who you are helping, how you're helping them, how many people you're helping, and be able to put that on paper to be able to show investors like us that you have a record or you have a track record of being able to help people and help impact society. Let's take Koto for example. What does Koto do as a business to help those with a social need? Well, Koto provides vocational training for children. They have a restaurant, and these graduates of these programs can enter these restaurants and work, and after the 2 years they can enter into the wider hospitality space, and it provides these children with an opportunity to develop further. Who are they helping? Well, these disadvantaged children. They're either orphaned or homeless, or just kids off the street that need help. How are they helping them? Well, this vocational training provides them with new skills, which means it's a new opportunity for them to increase their income, increase their lifestyle, or improve their lifestyle, and provides them with more confidence and a dignity of life. And with regards to how many people they're supporting, well, we've been told that they've had over 400 graduates. So those are the direct beneficiaries. If you looked at the indirect beneficiaries, that would be, let's say on average, each trainee had 4 people in their family. Then you're looking at something along the lines of 1,600 people that Koto will be having an impact on. And this isn't including the direct or the indirect beneficiaries that are eating at the restaurants and enjoying the food. Next, we need to understand, or you need to be able to show us what you know in terms of the enterprise part of your social enterprise. This means, what does your business actually do? Well, what are your products and services? Who are your customers or clients? And then more importantly, who are you? And who is your management team? And can you give us the confidence in investing in you? With regards to knowing your enterprise, let's take SolarServe as an example. Well, what does SolarServe do? Well, SolarServe provides alternative energy solutions for people in need in rural areas, and they're based out of Da Nang. What are some of their products? They have solar panels, they have cooking stations, they have a variety of other products, but they've got 5 products. The most important thing with your products is understanding what type of products you have, what do your products do, what is the pricing, what does it cost to make the products, and how much do you actually get for each product sold. With regards to who their customers and clients are, well, SolarServe is an interesting case because the consumer is the social need, is the one who gains or benefits from their products. It allows people who come from poorer background or those with less ability to be able to pay for normal electricity to be able to access this alternative energy source. Then you need to understand, well, who is SolarServe? SolarServe is run by Anbit, but who else is there? Who else is helping him run the organization? And if Anbit was to step away, would the organization be able to continue operating? So that was understanding the social part of social enterprise and the enterprise part of social enterprise. In addition to us asking you many questions that are related to those topics, we also look at your financials. And this is where your financial management is very important. It's very easy for us to be able to pick up financials and look at it for an organization, but you need to understand your financials so that when we ask you questions such as how much is your revenues, what are your expenses, how much net profit have you had, and how much have you had over the last few years, you need to be able to provide clear answers for that and to be able to understand where those numbers come from. So let's go through some of the common things that impact investors will ask social enterprises to be able to get a better understanding of what you do before we gain the trust to invest our money. We'll often ask questions like, what does your business do? This means, how do you make money? And then we'll ask questions like, what are your products and services? That means, what do you sell? Who are your customers or clients? That means, who buys your stuff? How much revenue have you generated? That means, how much money have you made? What are your expenses? That means, how much money have you spent? And then when we ask you, what are your net profits? That means, how much money have you got left? These are some of the key questions that you need to have clear in your mind when you're talking to an impact investor to be able to provide them with the confidence that you know your business and that it makes sense for us to invest in you to help you grow and help you have a greater impact on society. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope that it helps you understand what it is that an impact investor looks for in a social enterprise, and more importantly, I hope it helps you understand what it is that you need to know about your social enterprise. The organizing committee will have two sets of PowerPoint slides that you've seen, one in Vietnamese and one in English, which they'll distribute to you. And if you've got any other questions that you might want to ask me, then please reach out to the contact details which are listed below.